All right, we are back with a really good friend of mine, Jim Brothers. Well, Jim is the only reason, well, I say that, but the only reason,
The only reason.
yeah, you really are, that I got into music. So, Jim, which we'll get in on our background here in a minute, but who are you? Where did you grow up? And if you grew up anywhere, you know.
I was born grown.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I grew up actually. We're in Coldwater now. I grew up in Coldwater in Scenic Heights, and as far as musical goes, my brother had a band that he was the lead guitar player of, and I was always kind of infatuated with, what my big brother was doing. Mm-hmm. So as far as the music goes, I wanted a drum set. So I got a drum set and beat on those things for a while, and I used to sit in with my brother's band. They practiced down in our basement when the lead singer was out. So I got to enjoying singing better than I like playing the drums. So I taught myself how to play the guitar, and that's been what I've done ever since. And I enjoy doing it. Don't get to do it often, but it's fun.
And we originally met at Meadowbrook, and how did you y'all get to Meadowbrook?
Well, for a long time, my grandmother, which I grew up in church. We went to New Haven most of my life, and matter of fact, Larry Riddle's the one who married Gina and I, and he was still there when I was a kid. He was there for a long time. So my grandmother always urged me to start going back to church once we had children. So it took a while for us to go back to church. And when we finally did, we ran into your mom and dad right away.
Yeah.
And that was a relationship that just took off. We just clicked right away, and still do. We don't hang out like we did, but Greg and Joy Ford definitely were inspirations spiritually to Gina and I both. Still are to this day, even though we don't see each other. They were a big help to us. Just being who they are.
Yeah.
More, it wasn't a certain sermon or anything like that. It was more of the it was fun. And then later on in our relationship, Greg got a job working the youth department at Calvary. So we went there, and he asked me to help him with the music with the youth. And at that point, you were coming into age to be in the youth, and we started up a band there, and that was real fun for a while.
We started out as a acoustic duo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then ended up Eric came along, and he could play the keyboard and the guitar, and then we got into found a bass player and drummer. That was fun for a little while. But yeah, me and you played a lot of things, just me and you, for a little while. Yep. That was fun too.
And we also wrote songs together too.
We did.
About what, 4 or 5 of them?
I wish I could tell you. It's kind of gosh, there was so much going on in that time, between us doing that and working and having kids of my own. It was I know we had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Come to think of it now, you know, you haven't asked me that question off camera. Now that we're on camera, you're, you know, putting me in a corner here.
Oh, no.
I can't remember. I can't remember how many songs we wrote, but I do remember doing a few.
Right.
For sure. Yeah. Maybe later you could send me those songs because honestly I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, we did a lot with the youth, like you were saying, and like the band was, you know, if you were to tell any of our viewers, like, how would you effectively start not only a church band or any band, like, what is your advice for starting a church band or a band of any sort?
Yeah, just any band.
In general.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. No.
Yeah. No, it's my advice would be to really don't sell out.
Yeah.
My advice would be, you know, do what you love, and a lot of times you just when you're playing out places, you don't do what you love. You do what pays, and you know that's a part of it too.
Right.
If you're a band, a non-Christian band, of course, if you're playing only Christian music, then you know it doesn't matter. It's all the same. So, but other music, other than that. You know, you take requests and you do what pays. Now that's different than selling out.
Right.
Selling out is doing something you hate. You know,
yeah.
Just if you don't like music to start with, maybe you wouldn't have that situation, I guess. Anyway, but play from the heart. You know. Mm-hmm. Other than that. You know, everybody's different. It's so much. You know, I know so many musicians, and every one of them are different. I mean, you know,
yeah.
Such is life. You know, it is what it is. So that's my advice on that. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just save yourself.
Yeah.
You know, with music and with who you are, which, you know, back when we met, you know, you just blew me away with all you knew, and finally you taught me everything that you did know. I remember you saying that, and you told me to go get lessons from somewhere.
Well, the difference is if I taught myself how to play, and I'm a rhythm player and a singer.
Yeah.
I can't read tablature. I can't read music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I play by ear. And for you to get to the next level you needed somebody that could help you with that, because I was limited, you know, to what I could help you with. So I'm glad that you did that.
Absolutely, and still going.
Yeah.
And you've inspired a lot of people. Like, you know, Logan, Jill, me, that are still active in playing in bands, you know, that's worship bands rather.
I can't believe you put my name and inspiration in the same sentence. That bothers me. I don't know if I'm very inspirational. It's nice to think about. You know, that you guys looked at me in that way. But, you know, at some point you have to take up the torch yourself, and I believe you did. I believe Jill definitely has, you know, being worship leader. So it's nice to know that you guys are keeping that stuff alive and for yourself, you know, because music, once you start playing music, you know, it's something that you need to keep doing.
Yep.
Especially if you love it. So that's good.
And, you know, afterwards, after Calvary, we went to do you and Gina and did y'all go to Iron City?
We did,
us?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went there for a short period of time.
Right.
Which Iron City had its own youth program, music.
Yeah.
So, at that, I was kind of just, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm not there to
take anyone's job.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And they were really good, and yeah, we went there with you guys for a while.
Yeah. And after that, we kind of went our separate ways. I went back to Meadowbrook doing what we used to do, but with just me, and we had a couple of other musicians at Meadowbrook that played. I played for the youth almost every Sunday morning, and it's just really a legacy that we both have kind of went our separate ways. It's still there. It's still
Go.
It's our music's the same. I made an observation where we turned the amp on. You played and you haven't changed, not one bit since the day we met. You've always done that same old riff.
Yeah, I guess you get into habits like that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to get out of that, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still the same people, and life does change a little bit. From time to time, things change, but it's really been fun.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun, earlier, a few years ago when we were doing that. It was a lot of fun.
And we could do it again eventually. Who knows?
Eventually, who knows?
And which, you're the one that, again, here's that word again, inspired me to kind of take over as like a leader with someone that might not know how to, do something. Like for youth ministry. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you something that I've learned that I would have done different as a so-called leader, and in one of the leaders, of a band or whatever. There's a difference between leading and I guess trying to make people do exactly what you want to.
Right, yeah.
And there's a fine line there, and things that I've learned, since doing that is there's a lot of situations where I was overbearing probably when I shouldn't have been, or things like that, where I expected other people to know what was in my mind instead of explaining it out and working it out. There's a difference, and that just, I guess, comes with age. It's something that some people have it younger, but I didn't. I was high expectations, and if you didn't meet expectations, then move on to the next. We'll move on to the next person, because you're not going to do what I need you to do.
But I think that's what makes me so effective. What made that band so effective is
Maybe
that because if you were to be a pushover and allow someone to do a terrible job with it,
But there's a fine line.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but there's a fine line between being a pushover and being a jerk.
Well, that's true.
So you gotta, there's a fine line there, and a lot of times I probably handle things differently than I should have, and that, you live and learn.
Yeah.
you look back, hindsight's always 2020. So you can guarantee that. That's one constant. Other than our faith, one constant's hindsight's always 2020.
Yep.
So you're going to make mistakes, and that's just part of life too.
Right.
The good thing is, when you make mistakes, that you can know that how to fix them the next time.
That's true.
Know what you did wrong, and understand that you're going to do it again.
Yep.
So that's something else.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Greenbrier, which I use you as an example all the time with the youth pastor, all the time actually, because again, you taught me everything that I know with music, with leadership, with everything that might go with leadership, because again, what you did was very effective. And before I left Greenbrier with the coronavirus, I think if the coronavirus was never a thing, I'd still be at Greenbrier, doing the same thing, working alongside with Justin. But
I got news for you.
What?
It never was a thing.
You might be onto something there.
I might be.
Yep. Which we'll have to talk about that some other time.
Exactly. That's for a different program.
I have my own theories on COVID-19. But if someone were to call you and say, "Hey Jim," this might sound familiar because I've done this before, a long time ago. How can you write a song? How can I write a song? If someone were to call you and say, "I want to write a song," how do I do it?
Well, the first problem is you're asking that question. Because if you really wanted to write a song, it comes from within. So it's something, a song is more like that's like you asking me, "Hey, how can I fix my hair?" You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a personal thing. It's so personal. Yeah. Because a song comes from deeper than writing it down on paper. It's more than a rhythm. It's in a rhyme. Right. It's something that that you feel. Mm-hmm. So that's like, hey, that's basically like asking me, "Hey, how should I feel about this?" Right. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Yeah. I mean, what do you think? How do you feel about it? Yeah. Everybody's different. So I think writing a song, most of the songs that I've written, the best ones have just came right out. Just came out, yeah. Most of the songs that you sit down and you think about, like, I want to write a song about this, half the time it doesn't work. It doesn't come through. Because you get so wrapped up in trying to do it that you forget how to do it. If that makes sense. Yeah. So most of like I said, most of the songs that I've written, I've just sat down and played. Mm-hmm. I just felt something, and I saw something or experienced something or whatever, and just sat down and wrote a song. And those are usually the best. Right. So, to me, if I were to say one thing to you about that, not being sarcastic the way I usually am, if I were to say one thing, is go with your gut on writing a song. Yeah. Don't try too hard. If you're trying to write a song too much, and you get in a place where it's just like writer's block, right, people that write books. So if you sit down and you're trying to finish this chapter, and it's just driving you crazy. That's why people take breaks and stuff like that. Right. And they go and eventually it'll come to you. Something will happen. Usually life experiences are the best thing. Real stuff is the best. So that's the advice I would give you. That's good. That's good. You got a lot of original stuff that you've done probably before my time. Would you be interested in playing some? Yeah. So which song are you particularly talking about? Any?
Surprise me.
So,
Surprise
okay.
us.
Let's see. This is a song I wrote probably 20 years ago. Now this song, now before I play this, I'm going to tell you what it's about. This song is about a man who basically lost his wife to alcoholism. Basically, it's pretty simple, pretty dry and cut, but that's what it's about. And is regretting doing so. So. You remember when we first got together? We made love every day. With the birth of our first child, all those feelings we had just seemed to fade away. Well, I wouldn't trade a thing for my children, and I hope you understand that. I wish when we looked at each other, we could have all those old feelings back. And if I told you I was sorry, do you think it would have changed anything? If I told you you're the only one, would you still wear my ring? Would you still wear my ring? Well, I spent 3 years in the bottom, trying to figure out just where we went wrong. After she's sun and rain, she's fire and ice, little crazy but it's not. When she gets mad, best leave her alone, 'cause she'll rage just like the river, then she'll beg to forgive her. Oh, she's every love that I never had. She's so New York and then LA, every time along the way. She's every place that I've ever been. She's making love on a rainy night. She's a stroke of Christmas light, and she's everything I want to do again. It needs no explanation. Let's see. Gosh, it's nice to play again. Hadn't played in a while. Telephone rang about heard his voice on the other end of the line. She wondered what was wrong this time. She never knew what his cause might bring. A cowboy like him could be anything. She always expected the worst back in her mind. Said it's cold out here and I'm all alone. Didn't make the short go again, and I'm coming home. I know I've been away too long. I never got the chance to ride or call. I know this rodeo's been hard on us all. Be home soon, and honey, is there something wrong? She said, don't bother coming home. By the time you get here, I'll be long gone. There's somebody new, and it sure ain't no rodeo man. He said, I'm sorry it's come down to this. There's so much about you that I'm gonna miss. But it's alright, baby. If I hurry, I can still make shine. Gotta go now, baby. If I hurry, I can still make shine. Left that phone dangling off the hook. Okay, so this song actually is it is a Christian song. It's a song about a youth sitting in the youth department, and he goes home every night, and he's on the fence about what to do. I guess this is coming from a place of a youth that maybe goes to church on his own without his parents, and is just going with some friends and is having conflicted about which way to go. So that's what this song's about. Chances are I'm gonna let you down. Chances are the way I feel right now. As soon as I hit that door, it will be gone. This tugging on my heart, I can drown out at home. The chances are I'm gonna let you down. And chances are I'm gonna raise my hand. In the man, chances are the next time that I'll pray, when he asked me to next Sunday. The chances are I'm gonna let you down. chances are I'm gonna raise my hand. The preacher asks who all believes in the man. I don't know why I do the things I do, when I know that I should stand and fight for you. The chances are I'm gonna let you down. Lord, I really want to change. I really want to change. Tired of making promises that don't mean anything. So tonight I lay at your feet. Jesus, come and mold me. Yeah. You're the potter, I'm the clay. You're the potter, I'm the clay. And I'm asking you to come and mold me into who you want me to be. Lord, who do you want me to be? Hadn't played that one in a while either.
That's good.
It's been years, actually.
Yeah, that was one of ours, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, we it's been a long time ago. There's a lot of stuff. I wish you'd send me that stuff because we wrote some good stuff.
Yes. You remember, what's that song that I had the solo on? What was that? Praise the King.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember that one?
Yeah, that was a good one. I do not remember how to play it. I remember the song. I mean, it was probably one of our better songs that we did.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't even remember how it starts. Send me that stuff.
I will.
Because I can't remember. Gosh, I don't even have time to play much anymore. So.
Well, we are at 30 minutes is when we normally
Okay.
cut off.
Okay.
You have anything else to say for any?
No, that's pretty much it. You know, I'm glad that Dave was able to stop by today.
Yeah. I'm surprised it worked out that way.
Yeah, I'm glad that it did.
Yep, and we'll hopefully do it again.
Okay.
Sometime when we maybe you can both play.
Okay. Well, Dave, it's good to see you, brother.
Yes, sir. Good to see you.
And hopefully we'll see you soon. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.